Justin Bieber's own fans and even people close to him seem more concerned than ever. They're reportedly urging him to walk away from his marriage to Hailey right now. Screenshots of posts, emotional confessions, and public appearances that feel off are fueling the fire. This isn't gossip pulled from thin air. Something seems to be unraveling, and people are pointing fingers at Hailey, wondering if she's part of what's weighing him down. But is there truth behind all the noise? And if this tension keeps growing, what could it lead to? What's clear is that the signs are too loud to ignore. Justin Bieber has lived under the spotlight for most of his life. From his early days as a teen pop star to his current role as a husband, father, and businessman, every chapter of his life has been watched and judged. Hailey, who first gained recognition as a model and social figure, has also built her own platform. With her Rhode skincare brand, her role as a mother, and constant press coverage, she's no stranger to attention. On the outside, the couple looks like they've got it all together. Since marrying in 2018, they've built a home and welcomed their son, Jack. But behind that polished image, people are starting to notice fractures. Friends whisper their worries. Fans dissect every detail online, and Justin himself has left a trail of posts that raise more questions than answers. It all began with Justin's mysterious updates on Instagram. One post in particular sparked endless speculation. He wrote about how strange it is that people feel entitled to decide what someone should or shouldn't have. It was vague, but sharp enough that many assumed he was addressing criticism about his marriage. Soon after, he shared something even more vulnerable. He admitted to feeling undeserving of love, selfish at times, and even like a fraud. He wrote that he doesn't always feel capable of handling the admiration and support he receives. These weren't lighthearted updates, they felt heavy, almost like coded pleas for help. Fans immediately tied these confessions back to his relationship with Hailey. Things escalated further at a road promotional event in Los Angeles. Cameras caught Justin looking far from engaged. His smile appeared forced, his expression distant, and his body language stiff. Clips from the event spread across social media, with fans saying the energy was uncomfortable, almost like he was being held against his will. Comments poured in. "He looks trapped. Someone get him help. This isn't the Justin we remember." Instead of the event highlighting Hailey's business achievements, the focus shifted entirely to Justin's detached demeanor. Then came the controversy around Mother's Day. While Hailey was celebrating her very first Mother's Day as a parent, Justin posted something that struck many as dismissive. "Love you, moms, but Mother's Day sucks." The timing couldn't have been worse. Fans slammed him as thoughtless and insensitive, arguing that he completely overshadowed what should have been a meaningful day for Hailey. For many, it was another flashing red light that things between them weren't steady. But not all the questionable signals came from Justin. Hailey also stirred confusion with her own words. When Justin posted about Father's Day, she dropped a comment that said, "Father's Day sucks." Some brushed it off as humor, but others saw it as sharp, maybe even bitter, like a jab aimed at her own husband. And then there was the Vogue incident. At one point, Justin had allegedly told Hailey she'd never land the magazine's cover. That remark came back to haunt him once she did, and he ended up publicly apologizing. He admitted it was immature and damaging to dismiss her ambitions like that. But by then, many were already questioning why such cutting comments were happening in the first place. Behind the glossy photos and brand launches, insiders claim Hailey has reached her own limit. Reports suggest she's worn down, emotionally drained by Justin's ups and downs and his unpredictable social media activity. She's not demanding a divorce, but sources say she's made it clear that she needs a break. Space. A reset. Her stance appears to be that unless something changes, the marriage might collapse under its own weight. Justin's closest friends are also sounding alarms. They've reportedly encouraged him to step away from social media and get professional help before things spiral out of control. They see the same instability the public sees. The self-doubt, the tension, the strain on Hailey, and they fear it's heading into dangerous territory. Meanwhile, fans aren't holding back. Social platforms are full of blunt takes. "He needs therapy, not Instagram. Let her go, she deserves peace. This marriage is toxic now." Even loyal believers are split. Some defend him, pointing to the unique pressures of fame and the toll it takes on mental health. Others argue that whether or not it's intentional, Justin is pulling Hailey down with him. The unifying factor is concern. Concern for him, for her, and for the little boy in the middle of it all. Justin's career, once thought untouchable, may not be as safe as it seems. In the music industry, image and reputation carry enormous weight. If the public starts to believe that he's mistreating Hailey or losing control of his personal life, the damage could be long-lasting. Potential collaborators might think twice before working with him, brands could pull back, and even loyal fans might slowly lose patience. On the other hand, these struggles could spill into his music, giving rise to songs that reflect pain, regret, and pressure. That could work in his favor, showing him as an artist who isn't afraid to bear his struggles. Or it could backfire, making it seem like he's cashing in on his turmoil. Plenty of fans believe he's already stretched to his breaking point. The theories circulating online range from reasonable to outrageous, but some of them make a certain kind of sense. One idea that's gained traction is that Justin feels cornered, trapped by the expectations of marriage, fatherhood, and the endless gaze of fame. Supporters point to his mysterious Instagram posts and detached behavior at events as evidence that he doesn't know how to ask for help directly, so he resorts to leaving breadcrumbs for people to decode. Another perspective is that this isn't really about Hailey at all, but about Justin's mental state. His past traumas, combined with the constant balancing act of his career, family life, and marriage, might be catching up to him. The public apologies, the repeated statements about feeling unworthy, the tone of his online reflections. Fans read all of these as warning signs of someone spiraling. To them, it looks less like drama with Hailey and more like a man battling demons he's struggled to control for years. And then there's the boldest theory of all, that the whole situation could be orchestrated. Some believe Justin's team might be leaning into the chaos to build anticipation for new music. Picture it: a major album centered around heartbreak, pressure, and survival. Framing him as the tortured artist who turns pain into creativity could spark massive attention. Whether this angle holds any truth or not, it shows how intensely people are analyzing his every move, trying to piece together what's real and what might be staged. But the prediction fans seem most hesitant to say out loud is that Hailey could eventually walk away. A growing chorus online suggests she may have already reached her limit. They highlight her silence in certain moments, her body language during appearances, and her pointed comments online as hints that she's distancing herself if she does decide to leave. The fallout would extend far beyond their marriage. It would send shockwaves through the entertainment world. The reactions across social media reflect just how divided this has become. Scroll through Twitter or Instagram, and you'll find comments directly contradicting each other. One person says, "Justin's hurting, show him compassion," while the next argues, "He's making Hailey miserable. She deserves peace." Some lifelong believers confess they're worried about, while others think the criticism is unfair. The arguments are endless, but the common thread is that no one can ignore the tension anymore. Even behind the scenes, there are signs that both sides are scrambling. People close to Justin, along with managers and publicists, are reportedly working overtime to keep the situation under control. Hailey's team is said to be in defense mode too, trying to protect her public image and shield her brand from fallout. If the public views her as someone silently suffering, it could strengthen her connection with fans. But if she's seen as part of the drama, Rhodes' carefully polished image could take a hit. The stakes rise even higher when you consider their son, Jack. Kids might not understand the details of adult conflicts, but they sense when something is wrong. If the household atmosphere is tense, it can leave lasting effects. People online have already expressed concern about this, saying they hope Justin and Hailey can sort things out before it begins to shape Jack's childhood. Looking ahead, Justin's professional path is filled with risks and opportunities. If the negative press keeps growing, it could make him appear unreliable in the eyes of potential business partners. Chaos and instability don't pair well with corporate deals or music collaborations. Yet, there's also the chance that he could channel his emotions into his art, producing some of his strongest work yet. History shows that fans resonate most deeply with him when he's raw, honest, and vulnerable. The big unknown is whether he'll choose to funnel his struggles into music or continue to spiral in public. As for Hailey, she stands at a difficult crossroads. On one side, she's managing her role as a mother and her expanding business empire. On the other, she's navigating the unpredictable tides of her marriage. If she stays, she'll need to find ways to support Justin while protecting her own mental health. If she leaves, she risks being cast in a narrative she can't fully control. The media could frame her as either the one who gave up or the one who broke free, and that perception could define how she's viewed for years. When all the evidence is laid out, the cryptic posts, the strained public appearances, the concern from fans and insiders, it becomes hard to see this as just another rough patch. This feels more like a breaking point. Whether they admit it publicly or not, Justin and Hailey appear to be standing at the edge of a major decision, one that could alter the course of their lives forever. So the question remains, will they find a way to hold it together and rebuild, or will Justin finally listen to the chorus of voices telling him it might be time to walk away? Thanks for staying with us through this closer look at what's unfolding in their marriage. Share your thoughts below. Should Justin try to save it? Or is it better to let go? And if you don't want to miss the next update, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. This story is far from over,